Hi everyone, welcome back to Rymerplans and welcome back to Vlogmas. Today I'm going to be looking at my 2022 goals overview. So this is by no means a finished product, but I'm going to show you where we are so far. So with the Tilly Journals Functional Flexi Planner Goals add-on, there are tons of like questions and stuff about yourself and how you've done with things. It is recommended in the planner. It does say you should probably do that stuff in private just so that you can be really honest with yourself about what needs to happen and how, and you know, how you're really doing with certain things. So I have made the decision to do that bit completely off camera, and I'm not going to share that with you. I might change my mind next year if situations are different, but for right now it's just for me. But what I can share with you is my 2022 goals and setting and everything like that. So I'm starting from this page and it says, it's time to set your goals. Flip through everything you've done so far. Think about how you can encompass what you want to achieve in the next 12 months for each category into a succinct sentence or two. Don't worry about them being specific or measurable at this point. I find I'm more motivated by general goals for my annual goals. But the point in this system is to be flexible, so do what feels right for you. Feel free to draft them first on a scrap of paper if you find that helpful. So straight away, this planner, I just want to say, it is like chatting to a friend and having a goal planning sesh with your BFF. It is so motivating and it's just everything you need in a goals planner, honestly. So having collated everything that I had done on the previous pages and thinking about what was most important to me, let me cover up some stuff and I can show you how I got to certain decisions. So just using a couple of journaling cards there, one of the things that helps you sort of think about where your priorities are is on the previous page there is like a word bank of all different descriptive words, and you're supposed to circle words that could describe you. So I've gone for spouse, parent, friend, activist, planner, business owner, employee, educator, YouTuber, community member. And there are all kinds of others. There's, you know, there's dancer, there's professional, you know, there's tons of different stuff. So then it says below is a box with 100 squares. This box represents you. Take the roles that you've circled and use the key to code up to 10 of them. Fill the box with the amount of you of each of these roles takes up. So I picked 10 things, which I've just read out, and I basically went through and really thought about how much of myself do I give to these things. And some of them maybe I should give more, some of them maybe I should give less. We can see straight away that YouTuber takes up so much of my time. I give a lot of myself. I give 25 out of 100. That's a quarter of myself I give to YouTube. Whereas spouse and parent get less of my attention, and that's sucky to admit, but also it's kind of just what it is. Activist doesn't get near enough, neither does friend. Planner, between planner and YouTuber, almost half of myself is taken up. So yeah. Then again, employee, only 4 out of 100. I don't have the brains to work out that maths, but not a lot of myself is taken up as an employee, and I'm glad about that. I want work to be something that's part of my life. I don't want it to be my whole life. So yeah, this was really revealing, and this was a great jumping off point for what do I give all of my attention to in my goals, where am I lacking, and where do I go from here. From there I was able to pick, it said up to 10 things, but I chose 8, which was the recommended amount, and I picked family, finances, health, business, personal development, home, friends, and YouTube, as they were the things that I wanted to have as my categories. There was a bit of a process to get there, but that's what I chose. And then I gave myself a current score, which you can see all my scores here. I'm just covering up what I've written below. These were my scores that I'm on right now. This is where I want to be as an absolute minimum at the end of the year. But my goal realistically is more here. and this is my stretch goal. This then helped me form the basis of what my goals needed to be to get to, ideally to get to the stretch goal, but at least to get to my goal. I then did a little bit of work on my word of the year and vision board. My vision board is going to be a different video, so I'm not going to go into that now, but this was the process of finding my word of the year. I normally don't go for a word of the year. I don't know why. I don't know, I find like those post after post after post on Facebook saying what's your word of the year, I always just roll my eyes at. But for myself, I did want to have some sort of focus, so I circled the words that sort of made me feel something when I was reading this, and the main words that I wanted to choose between were blossom, begin, movement, connect, and thrive. Those were the things that all of my goals had in common in my head, and I ultimately chose blossom, as you can see there. There were a couple of reasons I picked this. It wasn't even on there. Bloom was, which I think is a really pretty word too, but blossom I think is a pretty word. It's also my dog's middle name, which is kind of, I don't know, kind of weird. But every single one of my goals was focused on blossoming, going from what I am now, which is like this teeny bud, and just blossoming out, flowering out. I chose the definition to flower and bloom, to develop successful qualities, and to begin to flourish. And that really encompassed everything that my goals are. Why have you chosen this word? Because if I make the changes I want to, this could be my chance for my life to begin. So now we've got a bit of backstory, let's head back to the goals. And here we are. So my categories that I chose, I did mention it a second ago, were family, finance, health, business, personal development, home, friends, and YouTube. And my 2022 goals are family. I want more balanced Family. I want more balanced and healthy relationships. Finance. I want to feel more in control of what goes in and out of my bank account. Let me just straighten this up. I like it to be equal so you can see everything better. Health. I want to support myself in making life as accessible as it can be. Business. I want to expand my product range and enjoy my shops more. Personal development. I want to learn how to be the best version of myself. Home. I want to take steps towards our big move and our forever home. Friends. I want to enjoy my friendships fully and enrich my friends' lives. And YouTube. I want a channel that my subscribers look forward to watching. So, by no means do you need to colour code anything. I chose to just because I wanted to, because it's prettier. Then we go through and we say what our goal is. We'll know that we've achieved this, or I know I'll have achieved this goal if this happens, if 2022 is perfect. Life having achieved this goal will look like da-da-da. And what will happen if I don't achieve my goal. So I did that for every single one. Then I break them down into types of goals. So we've got maintenance goals, outcome goals, and other goals. There's a description of what that actually means, and I haven't really finished this. I've done some bits and bobs. And then we get into the fun stuff. So this is talking about where we would want to be after 3 months, 6 months, and 9 months. And then I haven't finished this. My next step is to jot down everything I can do to help all of this happen, and then this will be the basis of my Q1 goals. So this is a freaking process, guys. This is not something you can just jot down on a whim. This is serious goals work, and serious goals work is what makes serious goals happen. So I'm happy about this. So in 3 months, for my family and relationships goal, in 3 months, my minimum goal is to be having a check-in about our relationship. So this is mostly about marriage, and just sort of every marriage has their own set of issues, and this is about addressing ours basically, because I want an all-round happier life in marriage, obviously. Our aim will be to have time alone every single week, if possible. And our stretch goal would be to have an overnight alone monthly. We just recently had a whole weekend where it was just the two of us, and we realised it was the first time we'd done that since my son was born, and he's almost 9. For my finance goals, more control of my bank account. My minimum that I want to do is to set up a direct debit log. My aim is to track our spending, and my stretch goal is to pay things off quicker. My I'm getting used to what these all are. My health goal. My minimum is to increase my step count in 3 months. My aim in 3 months is to have made improvements to meal planning, and my stretch is to do a weekly workout. My shop goals in the next 3 months, my minimum is that I would have done a new releases spreadsheet. My aim is that I'm doing a monthly release for each shop, and my stretch goal is that I'm doing more consistent marketing because I suck at that. For personal development, in 3 months, the minimum I'd like to do is to have set up daily trackers. My aim is to keep up with the daily trackers, and my stretch goal is to get the ball rolling on certain diagnoses that I need. In 3 months, for our home situation, the minimum I need to do is talk about a house situation. I can't really go into it, and my aim is to talk to work in the next 3 months about my options there, if I can keep going and work remotely, or if I need to look for a new job when this situation comes up. And there is really no stretch goal. There's nothing I can do in the next 3 months beyond that. For friendships, in the next 3 months, as a minimum, we need to be keeping in contact over text. Our aim is to check in on video at least every quarter, so it'll be once in this next 3 months. And stretch goal would be to meet up within the next 3 months. For YouTube, in the next 3 months, I want to get back to my regular YouTube schedule, because obviously I've been doing Vlogmas and it's chaotic. I want to be at least a week ahead scheduled is my aim. And as a stretch goal, I've been thinking about going up to 4 videos a week, but I don't know. I've got a couple of bonus videos for January, and maybe that's all it'll be. I don't know. So looking at 6 months, for relationships, the minimum I want to do is continue that alone time. My aim is to have more confidence, which will breed more honesty, because a lot of my problem is that I don't have the confidence to speak up about what I want and need, and that's not being honest if you're not being clear about what you want or need. And my stretch is to be able to have hard conversations, because I just can't. I run away from hard conversations and I cry a lot, and that's not productive or conducive to a happy marriage, so I need to work on that. For finances, my minimum is that I'm keeping up with my spending tracker still in 6 months. My aim is that I will have set up income and outgoings, and my stretch is that I might be starting to think about sinking funds. I don't see this happening, but it's a good goal to have. For health, in 6 months as a minimum, I want to be better at my eating habits. By that I absolutely do not mean dieting. I have some issues around food and I want to be better at them. My aim is that I'm working out regularly, and my stretch goal would be to go for a long walk. And this doesn't sound like a massive stretch goal to a lot of people, but my mobility is not in a happy place right now, and that is, if I was able to do that, that would be a huge deal. So for my shop, in 6 months, my minimum is that I'm working on new releases consistently. My aim is that I'm better at marketing, and that I have got my calendar ready, which I think I might have talked about in another video. It might not be up yet, but I have plans for a 2023 wall calendar. I've already started working on it. Started looking at suppliers and stuff, and I'm really excited, and I would love to get it released for Christmas in July, so watch this space. And my stretch goal is that Christmas in July is completed and I've done something, some sort of event, I don't know what yet. For personal development, in 6 months, my minimum is that I am keeping up with my daily trackers. My aim is a regular workout routine. A lot of the time personal development and health are going to overlap. because a lot of my personal development needs to be about my health and my mobility and things like that. And in 6 months, a stretch goal for me would be to have a day out. Right now, the idea of being out all day is terrifying, and that's not a way that I want to live. So there we go. For the home situation, in 6 months at a minimum, I would like to have a plan with work and know my options. I've got my aim and my stretch the wrong way around. So my aim is to also have a plan with Paige, because ultimately it's not just us that need to be involved in this decision, and our aim is that we're actively looking for somewhere. But basically this whole thing is these two dependent right now. For friends, my minimum in 6 months is that we have checked in each quarter. By checked in I mean like some sort of video or something. My aim is that we've met up 3 times within 6 months. I don't know, when I say we, I mostly mean like Beth and Tilly, but it could be other friends too. And then in 6 months my stretch is that we're planning another getaway. I don't know, who knows. And then for YouTube, my minimum is that I am a week in advance scheduled. My aim is to be doing 4 times a week, and my stretch goal is maybe doing a live video. Oh, that sounds terrifying. I honestly don't think I could do it, but that's the point of a stretch goal, isn't it? To stretch yourself, push yourself. And then finally, we have what life will look like in 9 months. So for relationship, my minimum is that I am being more honest. My aim is that I'm able to have tough conversations, and a stretch goal would be that we go on holiday together. And that's not really a goal, it's just a fun thing. But I put it in there because, you know, why not? For finances, the minimum I'd want to be doing is tracking income and outgoings. My aim is to be thinking about sinking funds. My stretch goal would be overdraft paid off. That's probably not possible in 9 months, honestly, but it's just, you know, that's the point of a stretch goal. Health, as a minimum, I'd like to be going out for walks. My aim is to be able to praise my own progress. Ha ha ha. Again, that is something that could be personal development, and there is a lot of overlap. And in fact, I probably could have swapped my aim for personal development with my aim for health, but whatever. And my stretch goal is to be confident at having a balanced routine in all aspects of health. For my shop, my minimum in 9 months is to have calendars sent out that were ordered in Christmas and July. My aim is to be thinking about my 2023 releases already. So at this point we're looking at like September, October time. And my stretch is to have an active Facebook group that is active enough that there's like top contributors and stuff like that. So for personal development, as a minimum, I want to be on a waiting list for diagnoses if I haven't already got them. My aim is to be enjoying exercise, which could have been the one for health. So, you know, my stretch goal is to go out on a day trip to a theme park, because I was thinking, what is my idea of hell? But when I say my idea of hell, the thing that I want most in the world is to be able to go out and enjoy a day at a theme park. I want it so bad. The idea that I can't go on a roller coaster right now genuinely upsets me, and this is my goal. It seems so strange, but what I want to be able to do is go to a theme park without being stressed about it, and without my day being ruined by 10 things. So yeah, that's my goal. For the moving house, my minimum is to have the Paige and work situation organised. My aim is to be actively looking for somewhere, and my stretch goal would be that we've moved. We live there already. I honestly don't think it'll happen in 2022, but I would like to have the groundwork. For a friendship, my minimum is that we've met up 3 times. My aim is that we've met up 4 times in 9 months, and my stretch is that we've either planned our getaway or we've done it. And finally, for my YouTube, in 9 months as a minimum, I want to be doing 4 times weekly uploads. My aim is to have a better intro and outro, and my stretch goal is having regularly planned live videos. Terrifying. So there we have it. There are my 2022 goals. Come back in a couple of days for my Q1 goals setup video. And yeah, thanks for watching Vlogmas. Thanks for watching my channel, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!